Dirty boy. Hey, what the fuck? I don't know whose dog this is, bro. He just came and invaded. Come here, boy. Who the fuck are you? Oh, okay. I don't know who he is. Oh, yeah. Don't start scrapping me, bruv. I don't know you like that. Chill. What's your name? You're kind of cute, you know. Might have to rob him. So, just quickly, bro, I want to let you remember something, because when I record these videos sometimes, I often get this old self-image urge that I used to get when I was younger. It probably scratched my back up, to be fair. Are you listening in, are you? Taking in the facts? So when I was younger, when I first started this channel, just over a year ago now, I used to have, obviously because it was all new to me and I had no idea what I was doing and I wasn't very confident in myself, I had no idea really how to talk confidently on camera and with conviction. And also, I didn't really have a place to record because I always felt like people were watching me and it was awkward and it was a bit cringe. And I had this kind of same feeling that I imagine artists get, you know, when they like genuinely like painters and people that draw shit. And because I remember I had a girl, and I've had friends as well that always had the same thing, and they do art, and I used to say, but like, why do you not publish it? This is so fucking good. Why do you not publish it to the people? Why do you not sell it? And they're like, oh, it's not good enough. Or I just don't like it, or it's a bit cringe, or I don't know what, I'm scared of what people are gonna say, or it's always that I'm not good enough. That's what it always comes down to if you really like ask why, and you always boil it down. And I remember I used to have the same kind of anxiety when I used to record these videos. Bro, whose dog is this? I'm not even complaining, bro. He's made my little spot here so much more chill. What's your name, bro? It reminds me of my old dog that I used to have. I used to have a sheepdog, which obviously they're nothing alike in terms of the breed, but it's just nice to chill. So point being is I used to record and feel really anxious in terms of like, what if people see me recording and it's just awkward and it's weird and it's embarrassing and whatever. And now I'm just to the point where I just don't give a fuck anymore. But I still get it sometimes when I'm about to record, usually when it's my first video of the day and I haven't recorded yet and I'm not into the flow of things and I'm not speaking with confidence yet. I get this same feeling of like, this feels awkward doing it. And I think you might be able to relate to that in any areas where you're doing something that 99% of people are not doing, whether it's starting a new business, whether it's doing your art, whether it's music that you're trying to do, or whether it's YouTube. If you find yourself doing something that you genuinely enjoy, but for whatever reason you feel like other people are going to judge you for it, or you feel anxious showing it to other people because you don't feel like it's good enough, you don't feel proud of it, it's very important to remember that number one, no one actually gives a fuck. And I always say this to you because it's absolutely true. And I remember it because there's been so many times where I have been recording and people will like interrupt the video, people will come into the video, and I'm like, okay, let me just keep it rolling for a second, because usually I'd end it really quickly and, oh shit, yeah, I wasn't doing anything, hi, nice to meet you. Kind of really awkward about it when I first started, but now I just don't care, and I kind of leave the video rolling as I speak to the person. And I always notice afterwards, because I'm like, oh, I'm just recording a YouTube video, by the way, you don't mind being in it? And they're like, oh, no way, that's amazing, like, how long have you been doing that for, how many subscribers? They're really genuinely interested in it. It's very rare that the negative prediction in your mind turns out to be true. So that's number one, is always remember that whatever negative prediction your mind is making up, it's very rare that will actually happen. But also number two, it's important to remember that even if it does happen, and this is me speaking to myself here, this is kind of like therapy to myself, because it's still something that I'm trying to work on, is being confident with my art, with my creation, with whatever it is that I want to do with my life. And this can go for absolutely anything. It doesn't have to just be with your art or your creations or your business. It can be with the way that you walk, with the clothes that you wear, with the way that you carry yourself. And it's like, as I speak these words, I'm going to get onto your words in a minute and how they affect things, but as I speak these words and as he dies of fucking dehydration, I'm inspiring myself, and it shows how powerful your thoughts and your words genuinely can be, right? If I sit here and think to myself and I imagine the worst case scenario, and I genuinely believe that that's going to happen, I believe that when I record my videos, someone's going to like see me recording them and they're going to laugh at me, and and it's going to be really embarrassing. That's kind of like the worst case scenario in my brain, which even when I speak out loud, it doesn't seem that bad, right? It's like, okay, someone's laughed at me. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Who cares? At the end of the day, I'm a fully grown man. I can laugh at myself. And that's another important, I guess, little bonus tip is just don't take life too seriously. If you're doing art, if you're doing music and you want to show to people because, you know, you're just passionate about whatever it is that you're doing, then just fucking show it. If they laugh at you, which 99% of people won't, and even the people that do, they're either your really close friends who, you know, you can kind of joke with them anyway, or they're just complete dicks. But who gives a fuck about those kind of people, right? Point being, I don't want to get lost on a side tangent. Point being is, even if the worst case scenario does happen, you are more than capable of dealing with it. And not only that, people will respond so much more positively than you can actually predict. And honestly, they're probably genuinely curious about whatever it is that you're doing. Your style that you wear that's different to what most people do. The music that you're making, because not many people make music. It's not like a, you know, a common thing that the normal person, average person on the street, oh yeah, I make music, or I'm a rapper, or whatever, right? Not many people make YouTube videos in terms of like the average person that you meet on the street. You know, most people just do normal, boring, sheepish, mundane stuff, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but it's just the truth, isn't it, right? So many people have these things that they want to do. For example, YouTube. How many people have I spoke to in my life when I used to work 9-to-5 jobs and stuff like that? And I used to ask them, oh, you know, have you ever considered doing YouTube before? Because that's when I first started it. And I remember loads of people in my work found out about it. And they used to be like, oh, bro, you know what? Fair play to you for trying it. I always wanted to do that, but I never had the confidence to. And that's what everyone says. Oh, I always wanted to do that, but I could never do it. All the people that laugh at you, or all the people that you think are going to laugh at you, have all had some sort of very similar dream or very similar thought pattern to you, and they simply haven't acted upon it. So all these thoughts that you get of like, what if I get laughed at? What if this happens? What if that happens? It's all just bullshit, bro. None of it even matters. The way I like to see it is you live once, you have literally one life. You may as well live your life the way you want to live it, unapologetically. And even if, this is what's important to remember, even if the worst case scenario does happen, you can deal with it. Don't take life too seriously. Have the ability to laugh at yourself and understand that, okay, you showcase your music to people and they laugh at your music. They think you're shit. Well, number one, you could probably learn something from that. Why are they laughing at it? Why are they not responding like, oh, yo, bro, this is fire. Yo, this is fucking sick. Why are they laughing at it? It's something that you've done wrong to make them laugh, clearly. So learn from that, number one. That's step one. Number two, laugh at it yourself. Fucking hell, bro. Did I really think that was good? That was dog shit. It might hurt your ego a little bit. But what's the alternative? You just sit and cry about it and you never make music again because, oh, I didn't feel nice and people laughed at me. Get used to it. You want to be a rapper? Bruv, you're putting yourself in the public eye. Not everyone's going to like you. Right? And that goes for anything in life. There's not 100% success rate in terms of people liking you. You're always going to have someone that dislikes you for whatever reason. So get used to that. And the best way you can get used to it is just simply challenging those negative thoughts. So when every single time I have the urge to record a video, or I come out to literally record like 4 videos in a row, and then I get the thought in my brain of like, just go home because I'm not really feeling it today. Maybe it's busy in the park and there's not really like a quiet spot to record. I could still record these videos with, you know, people around me, things going on, dogs invading. I still have the capabilities to record and keep my train of thought. So me saying something like, oh, it's a distraction, is an excuse. I could still do it. And that's my second point. When you do your craft, whatever it may be, when you do live your life, when you do dress the way you want to dress, when you do whatever it is that you want to do that you feel anxious about, or you feel like people might laugh at you for, or you feel like you reserve yourself a little bit because you're not sure about how people would respond to it, do it unapologetically, number one. That's what I told you before. But also do it with complete commitment and complete presence and focus. Don't put your energy into those negative thoughts because you're just growing them. If I sit here recording this video and talking to you right now, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if someone comes to find their dog and they see me recording videos and they start laughing at me and it's embarrassing? If I'm thinking those thoughts, I'm not going to be able to produce the best content possible because I'm going to be distracted. I'm literally just distracting myself with bullshit negative thoughts, right? So instead of that, whatever it is that you choose to do in your life, stay present with it and enjoy it and commit to it fully. Don't reserve yourself, especially if it's due to other people's opinions. So if you want to wear a certain style and it's a bit different to what most people wear, or maybe it's a bit different to what your family's used to you wearing and you're scared of how they're going to respond to it or whatever it may be, commit to it 100% because any slight doubt in your brain is going to break you down slowly but surely. It's going to eat away at you and you're going to decide not to do it. So you have to commit to it with just that utter confidence, that unshakable confidence to the point where you just don't give a fuck. Because like I said before, even if the worst case scenario happens, which most likely it won't, 99% of times it doesn't happen, but even if it does, you have the capabilities of dealing with it, right? You know you can. You know that, okay, even if it did happen, am I going to die? Is it the end of the world? No. It's just going to make me more resilient. It's going to make me more strong, and it's going to solidify my beliefs in myself. Do I really like this style? Where did I even get the idea of wearing this t-shirt from? Do I really like it? Oh, okay, cool, I do like it. Even though people are laughing at me, I still want to wear this. Cool. So it helps you to get to know yourself even more as well. And I think finally, in terms of the words thing that I mentioned before, the words that you speak and the thoughts that you, I guess, speak, quote unquote, in your mind are very important, and they literally shape your reality in due time. On a long enough time frame, if I woke up every single morning and told myself that I'm not good enough, my YouTube videos aren't good enough, I don't want people to see me recording because I'm not good enough, or I might stutter, or blah, 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 just bullshit, or my music's not good enough, my art's not good enough, any of this shit, if I feed into these thoughts on a long enough time frame, it's going to start to become my reality, because every single day I'm waking up telling myself I'm not good enough. Guess what? Sooner or later, it's going to break me down, and I'm just going to decide, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore. I quit. I'm not doing YouTube anymore. Because the only thing that got me through that time when I deleted all my videos, if you guys remember that time, it was around, I think it was just after Christmas time, I believe, or November 2022. And I deleted all my videos, and I said, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, right? Well, at least was back then. I was a bit of a perfectionist, and I wanted my videos to be perfect, and you know, oh, they weren't good enough. It was the same thing. When I deleted those videos, I had the strong urge to just quit and never come back and not do it again, because it took me so long to get to where I was. To then have to start all over again was very demoralizing, right? The only thing that kept me going, the only thing that kept me on that path of like, okay, I'm going to keep going, I'm going to try again, I'm going to just rebuild my portfolio, rebuild all the videos, I'm going to redo them all again, better than they were before. The only thing that motivated me to do that was the fact that I believed I was good enough. Every single day I'd wake up and tell myself, I need to do this because the people need to hear what I have to say. No one else is doing it like I'm doing it. I am good enough. I'm more than good enough. I'm the fucking best. I need to showcase that to the world. I have a gift to give. I need to showcase that to the world. And that's exactly what I did. That's the only thing that motivated me every single day when I woke up and had no videos and no channel and no portfolio and people were forgetting who I was. The only thing that motivated me to get to where I am now, double the sub count, was the fact that I believed I was good enough. And those beliefs came from the words and the thoughts that I told myself on a daily basis. So just keep that in mind. The words that you say are absolutely paramount. You must be conscious of them and pay attention to them. Isn't that right, mate? Yeah. You're cool, bro. I like you. I don't know who you are, but you've been following me for ages. I don't know whose dog you are either. There's one guy over there, sunbathing way in the background. And I've heard a couple of people walk past on this path behind the bushes, so I don't know if they belong to him. But we'll find your owner. I'm sure you'll follow me when I come back after these videos, won't you, mate? And we'll find your owner, don't worry. Has he got a little badge on or some shit? Who knows? But anyway, boys, keep that in mind. Hopefully you can take something from this, if anything. Even if it's just inspiration to just do whatever it is that you want to do in life, and don't let anyone else dictate that, because who gives a fuck? No one cares about you anyway. Someone walks around this corner and sees me recording videos and they laugh at me, for example. Who actually cares? At the end of the day, in a week's time, am I really going to think about it? No. I could recall so many embarrassing moments that I've had in my life, and now I can look back on it and just laugh. It's just another story to tell. It's just another experience that I went through. Nothing in this world actually matters. Everything's temporary. And I'm not saying this in a pessimistic way. I'm saying it so you can use it to your advantage. If you get laughed at, if you do something wrong, you can just rebuild. The same second that you've made that mistake, another second passes. And every single second after that is more time that you could have spent changing the energy that you're operating on. Rather than that embarrassed, awkward, ashamed energy and then staying in that for the rest of the week because, oh, I made a mistake or I embarrassed myself. Rather than staying in that, change it instantly. The second you make an embarrassing mistake or whatever it may be, instantly change it. I thought there was a dirt bike coming, but it's just the wind of the trees. Instantly change it to a positive. Tell yourself, laugh at it. Just fucking laugh at it, bro. Like, oh, I fell over on the tram and the girl laughed at me. Whatever it may be, like just random embarrassing things, right? Or I stuttered on camera when I was speaking to you guys and it was embarrassing, blah, 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 whatever. Just laugh at it. And then a second later, change the energy to a confident one. Rebuild and just go again. You're not even going to remember the embarrassing moment in a year's time. Who gives a fuck? And it's the same thing while you live in your life, your one life on this earth, in accordance to other people's opinions and thoughts. Who cares? I might think you're a fucking nerd. Does it make any difference physically to your life at all? No, it only makes a difference to your mental state, which you can control. Even if I think you're a nerd, so what? You have the ability to, number one, prove me wrong, which you shouldn't really be motivated by anyway, only in certain circumstances, but doing things just to prove other people's opinions wrong or right or whatever is kind of a negative way of living. You should be doing it for yourself, obviously, because it's your life at the end of the day. If I want to come out here and record YouTube videos, and this is genuinely what I want to do, does it matter what the person walking down the street who sees me recording it thinks? If he laughs at me for recording videos because, he's talking to his phone or whatever. No, it doesn't. I remember this time I was sat and this family came around the corner with the fucking dog and everything and the pram and shit. And I was recording a video and I was really in the moment, in the flow, right? I was proper in it. Like I was swearing at the camera and I was flowing. Everything was coming to me. It was going to be a banging video. And this was way back when I wasn't really confident in what it was that I was doing in my craft, in my art. And then they came around the corner and they had like a teenage daughter or something, like a 15-year-old daughter or something. And, they spoke to me like, where does this path lead? And we had like a nice conversation, whatever. But then I heard the daughter on the way back after they said goodbye and they were walking off, kind of like laughing to the brother or something. Like, did you see him? He was talking to his phone or some shit like that. And I thought to myself, like, it's funny because I'm allowing someone else's opinion who has no idea who I am. I make more money talking to my phone than that lady's parents does, fucking working 12 hours a day. One 12-hour shift that girl's parents does, I make more money in 2 hours talking to my fucking phone. So it's ironic how I'm letting someone's opinion, and I'm not saying that to be a dick or to flex or nothing, but it's just to put it into perspective. We allow people's opinions of people that don't even know us, first of all, but even people that do know us, we allow everyone's opinions around us to dictate how we live our life. And then we wonder why we're depressed and miserable and anxious and socially awkward and insecure. We wonder why. Because we're not living true to our purpose. The reason I wake up every day and just feel like the fucking man is because I do what I want to do. And I've learned to brave the gunfire of negativity, if you will. That's what you want to call it. Of other people's opinions. Because I realised very, very quickly that number one, it doesn't matter anyway. And no one actually gives a shit. And the people that do laugh and whatever, if I have the ability to laugh at myself, most of the time those people will turn into friends. But even if they're just complete dicks and I don't want to surround myself with them, so what? Who actually cares? I'm doing what I want to do, and if someone else doesn't agree with that, it doesn't really make a difference to my life. They should be focusing on themselves. I don't go around laughing at people. I don't go around. I literally support everyone, every single person. The amount of people I've met that have told me, I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, and it's like a creative endeavor that's different to the normal path. I'm so supportive. Bro, you're gonna fucking kill it. Stay at it. Don't let anyone sway you off your path. Stay focused. Why am I like that? Because I'm happy with my life. I'm content with my life. I'm successful. So the people that laugh, if I was to genuinely look at somebody and they were doing what they loved, they were living the life the way they wanted to live, and then I laughed at them with genuine malicious intent, I must have some sort of fucked up life to be able to do that. How miserable must I be as a human being to laugh at somebody that's trying to do something with their life? Do you know what I mean? So, fuck it. I think I've rambled enough anyway. You get the point. Live life the way you want to live it. Who gives a fuck what the NPCs and the just randies on the street that you don't even know the name of? Who cares what they think, bro? That's why we love dogs so much, man. They don't give a shit. This guy doesn't even know my name. He's willing to just lie down next to me and chill out. Love him, bro. But anyway, with that being said, look after yourself. The coaching's down below if you'd like to learn more from me and the way that I see the world and the mistakes and the lessons that I've had to learn. So you don't have to make the same ones. You could save yourself a lot of time. It's not therapy. It's simply just a one-to-one chat with somebody that is on the same page as you, which is quite rare to find. I understand it's quite hard to find people you can talk to about these things, and it might be a bit embarrassing for you to talk to people in your personal life, like your dad or some shit, about your porn addiction or the fact that you can't talk to girls. I understand that sometimes this stuff is embarrassing, right? So come and talk to me and I will sort you out. And look after yourself, and I'll see you soon.